receivers, two way out wide to the left, one wide to the right, plus a tight end on the left side. One man in the backfield. He slips, and the Rocks are chasing him. He's going to throw it away.
That's grounding. There's the flag.
There goes the flag. There was nobody near. He was running for his life. 71 for the Rocks. David Stevens was bearing down on him, and he just pitched that ball out of bounds. Wasn't anybody within 15 yards. So number 9, Gino Ricardini, the 5'11 senior quarterback, got a little taste of the Rocky line on the very first play.
If they don't block any better than that, he's not going to have a very good completion record, I can tell you that.
No, sir. Well, they only have one back in the backfield, so there's not any help. The line either does it or he's going to get nailed. And the Rocks take the penalty. You see the walk-off. Going to be...
is that from the point of where they throw the ball down, or is it a...
Yeah, it's a point foul.
Yeah.
So
it takes them way back because he had been chased back almost 15 yards before he let it fly. So the ball goes way back.
From the 35 to the 16.
19,
They're
29.
Going to be first down on the 16-yard line now.
Second down. Loss of down also,
yes,
boss.
Second down. Okay, and it's going to be second and about 30 to go. They give it to the fullback, and it didn't fool the Rocks. They stopped him for little or no gain. He's the only guy in the backfield, so I guess if they're going to run it, it's not going to fool you too much. Dan Lang, the sophomore fullback for Oak Forest, 5'8", 165 pounds, took it right up the middle, and the Rocks were waiting for him. It's going to be third down now and about 28.
Oak Forest is about 1,200 students, and they're 4A. Southern suburb.
Now they've got 2 men in the stacked backfield and a back in motion. It's going to drop back fast. Here come the Rocks after a little screen. The Rocks smelled it out, and they got him back inside the 10-yard line.
It was Adam Sybe.
Fine defensive play by Sybe. And 78, big Jason Rossler in there too. Chasing him down. So that first series of 3 downs netted them a negative 26 or 7 yards. It's going to be fourth down now and about 36.
He'll be lucky to punt for a first down.
Right, he's kicking from inside the end zone about 3-4 yards deep. And he will get it away. That's a line drive kick. Rocks are going to just clear it away from it. He's going to get a nice roll. It comes out. It's going to die right on the 50-yard line. So the Rocks will take over with excellent field position, leading 6-0 with 6:48 remaining in the first period. They're going to have the ball first and 10 on the 50-yard line.
That was a 2-play drive for a -5 yards.
Well, it was very unsuccessful, to say the least.
41's in.
Okay,
and Holiday, I believe, is in.
Okay, so we've got Dante Clay,
B and
Ernie
Holiday.
B and Jarvis Holiday in the backfield. Got piled up right at the line of scrimmage. A handoff went to Jarvis Holiday. Got him maybe 1.5 yards. LaRusso again on the stop. We've heard that name several times for the Bengals. Sybe brings him out. And the second man bounces outside is Ernie B. He's fighting near the first down. Going to be just a little bit short, but it's a gain of about 7 yards, almost to the 40-yard line. Let's spot it at about the Bengals 41. It will be third and about 1 yard to go. So the Rocks so far having great success running the ball against this Bengals defense. They've shown a 4-man front, a 5-man front. They like to blitz. So far, none of it's worked. Rocks have run the ball real well.
They have all 11 guys.
Second man, here's Dante Clay. He's got the first down, driving. He's out over the 35-yard line, inside the 35. It's going to be a first down for the Rocks at their 34-yard line of the Bengals. So far, the Bengals got to be real frustrated because the Rocks are coming at them with 4 or 5 different runners.
I think they had all 11 guys inside of a 5-yard period.
Right.
5 yards that time.
And nobody,
and they still didn't
couldn't stop him. So we'll see what Amelia and the offense has in store for them this time. Wing right. Went to the first man. No, Amelia kept it. Well, that's something we haven't seen too much. He's got almost a 10-yard gain. He's going to be down near the 25-yard line. So a gain of about 9 for Jim Amelia on the keeper. Some good faking. I was watching the wrong guy until everybody else said, who's that running over there? So 2nd and 1. Then the Oak Forest fans getting a little frustrated, yelling some encouragement to their players. Okay, in the wishbone, it goes to Clay. He's fighting. That probably has the first down.
Yeah.
Going to be first down, Rock Island, at about the 23-yard line. So once again, the Rocks just marching it down the throats of Oak Forest. Big game for the Rocks. Got to win tonight. Then wait and see how the point count comes out, whether we're playing again next week.
I was amazed to look at some of the point totals. There's an article in the Chicago Sun-Times. Some of the teams were 7-1, but they only had 21 or 22 points.
Yeah, they play.
But they must have been conference winners, or.
Right. Well, if they're 7-1, they're playing teams that aren't winning much. If they only got 20 points.
That's right, but they're still 7-1.
Yeah, right. You could pick your pick weak competition if you want to. Those are the teams that make the playoffs and make an appearance, and they're out
gone,
the very first day. The Rocks have never, since Bob has been here, never been bounced out in the first round of the playoffs. If they get in, they typically stay in for a while. Right up the middle.
Man.
Nice gain of about 5. Al Altman made the stop. Ernest B. carried the ball.
Was it B or?
No, I think it was Jarvis Holiday.
That's what I thought.
I think didn't Lefty say Ernest B? Got to quit believing Lefty. 2nd and 6 for the Rocks. Wing to the right. Second man, that's Ernie B. Bounces out to the right-hand side, and he's going to have another Rocky first down. I believe it's going to be real close. First down at about the 12 and a half, 13-yard line. So the Rocks threatening another score here. There's still a little over 3 minutes remaining in the first period.
Inside the 12 on about the 11 and a half, I guess.
Well, the Rocky offense has looked as potent as it looks on paper. Dante Clay takes it in the line, grabbed there by number 75, Tony Descola for the Bengals. He still picks up a couple of yards, gets it down inside the 10, or maybe right on the 10. Right down the middle of the field, the lines are pretty well obliterated with the rain and mud. So the second down and about 9 for the Rocks on the 10-yard line. They can get a first down. I have a feeling they won't need it. Amelia kept it. Nice blocking on the outside. He's in for the touchdown. Nice dive to get himself inside the end zone, and some nice downfield blocking by his running backs. Did a great job of getting down there and sealing off the outside. And I know the coach likes to see that. Now we have what?
An injured player.
Oh, we had an injured player. Officials timeout. Young man for Oak Forest shaken up a little bit. Looks like it's number 44 for the Bengals is Jimmy Miller. 5'8", 140 pounds is how they list Miller.
Outside linebacker or cornerback.
Senior. Rock's going to go for 2. A handoff to the second man. Dante Clay dives in for the 2-point conversion. And the Rocks go on top now 14-0. 2:09 remaining in the first period.
And the cheerleaders jumped again.
Yeah, the cannon gets them every time. Electricity is nothing for a weekend amateur to mess with. When you need an electrician, see that the job is done right. Call Ed Westermeyer at Westermeyer Electric. Westermeyer Electric has helped thousands of satisfied Quad City customers. With Westermeyer Electric, there are no hidden extras. You get just reliable quality service at a fair price. Fully licensed and ready to handle your job. Call Ed Westermeyer at Westermeyer Electric, 762-0358.
We have some parents politicking for their son to get in the game over there. I see a sign that says put number 40 in the game, which is Steve Shields, a junior.
Well, he very well might get in there the way the Rocks are playing right now. So it'll be Sybe teeing it up. Last time he's hit a squib shot down the center of the field. And this time does pretty much the same thing. It's attempted to field on the low hop. 43 picks it up.
Open.
And he's broken through. If he hadn't been grabbed in there by Dante Clay, he could have been gone. As it was, a nice run back. Gets it out to almost midfield at the Bengals' 49-yard line. Yeah, that's a little breakdown that the coach won't be happy with, to see him busted up right up the center of the field that way.
I think that tackle is by 54, Jacobs.
No, it's 41. Clay had him.
Was it Clay?
Yeah.
All right, I'm wrong.
Well, Jacobs was right there, too. Okay, we've got a back in motion to the left for the Bengals. Looked like that was a little bit of a busted play. Gained him maybe a yard or two. Looked like some confusion on exactly who was to get it. Lang ended up with it, the fullback. Gained maybe a short 2 yards, so it'll be second down and let's call it 8, just inside the 50-yard line. Gino Ricardini, the quarterback, looks over the defense. Stacked backs. Wingman in motion to the left. There would look like early motion, but they didn't call it. The Rocks piled it up. Lang, once again, I believe, carried the ball, and he maybe got a foot before he was tossed back. Art Jackson on the tackle for the Rocks. So that didn't work. Passing didn't work the first series. They went backwards about 30 yards. 2 running plays. They've gained maybe 2 yards here in their second series.
They've left the... No, they got trips.
Well, they got wide receivers
2 to the side.
2 wide right. Now one goes in motion back to the left. And the handoff is pitched back. The Rocks are going to get this ball. Adam Sybe recovers on the fumbled pitch in the backfield, and the Rocks are going to have great field position again at about the 42-yard line. 11 seconds remaining in the period.
That was defended excellently. The first man tackled the ball, the man that was supposed to get the ball, and then that left the ball free, and we covered it. That's the way they draw it up.
Well, it was easy to call. The Rocks are going to get it because the ball's laying on the ground. There's 4 red shirts standing around it, and no Bengal at all. So Sybe brings him up. 11 seconds left in the period. Clock is running. See if he gets this play off. Handoff to the second man as Dante Clay bounces to the outside, and he's stopped just before he gets to the 40-yard line. And that will end the first period with the Rocks on top, 14-0 over Oak Forest in this final regular season game. Folks, if you or a loved one have reached the point where the demands of meeting daily needs are just too much to handle, call the friendly folks at Comfort Harbor Home. Comfort Harbor Home is a fully licensed 35-bed shelter care residence located in the heart of Milan at 114 West 2nd Avenue. Residents and their families love the charming ivy-covered brick setting of Comfort Harbor Home and the friendly, loving care provided by the Comfort Harbor Home staff. So when you or a loved one need home care or a residential placement, call Comfort Harbor Home, 787-2066. Jim, you have those first quarter statistics.
Yeah, in the first quarter, Rock Island rushed for 112 yards. Dante Clay had 15 on 5 carries. Alonzo Wise had 1 yard on 1 carry. Ernie B has 61 yards on 5 carries. Jarvis Holiday has 6 yards on 2 carries. Stanley Golden, 2 carries for 11. And Jimmy O'Melia has 2 carries for 19 yards. Oak Forest is at a -4 rushing and a -6 passing, so they had a -10 yards for the quarter.
Well, that's not bad defense. I think Vic could take that if we could hold him to a -10 each period. And I'm sure he'd take the 100-yard plus that the Rocks had, all on the ground. So the Rocks back in business to start the second quarter. It'll be second down at about 9 from the 41-yard line of the Oak Forest Bengals. Oops, I'm not sure. There might have been I thought maybe a fumble, but it didn't work out that way.
Golden running with the
Stanley
ball.
Golden, you're right. He maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe lost a foot, so it's going to be 3rd and 9. Think we'll see the ball in the air, 3rd and 9?
No.
I agree. Rainy night in Georgia.
A little screen pass would be all right.
Could do that, or you might see a little sweep, try to get it outside. And
Counter.
there's the
Sweep.
pitch to
There
the
it
outside. Dante Clay
First
busts
down.
through, and flags flying. We must have a clip or something.
Clipper holding.
Threw it right over by the area where Clay basically broke through. He had a gain of about 20 yards, clipping on the Rock Island Rocks, so it's going to come back. And they'll have 3rd and even longer. Well-conceived play, some good blocking. But just the first penalty of the game is going to be a costly one for the Rocks. So it goes, instead of a gain of about 20, by the time they marked the penalty from the point of the infraction, it was a gain of about 1 yard. So it will now be 3rd down and let's call it 7.
I would assume we're in 2-down territory here, though.
Well, the ball's right on the 40-yard line. Probably will, knowing Coach Boblett. He has a lot of faith in this team. Second man coming back our way is Ernie B. fighting for some yards. He gets it down to about the 35. So it'll be 4th and maybe 2.5.
We could get our double hut count.
Yep, the Rocks have been very successful drawing teams off sides. O'Melia's really become a master of that routine. A 5-yard penalty will give them a first down. It's 4th and 2. Ball sitting on about the 36-yard line. Oh, they don't go with a double count. O'Melia rolling out. He's going to keep it. He's got a nice lane for the first down. Knocked out of bounds down at about the 25-yard line. So a nice gain on the keeper. We've seen O'Melia run it 3 times, and I don't recall in the last month him running it 3 times in the whole, other than out of necessity now and then. But those are design plays. It's interesting. We were up here Tuesday for the Little Rocks playing in their final week of games. And the coach was working Jimmy O'Melia on running the ball. I watched a little while, and 2 or 3 times he was showing him, you get that lane, you go and get upfield, and boy, he's doing it tonight. Rocks with a receiver wide left. They're going to throw it to the inside. Gadian makes the catch.
We got a flag.
Another flag.
Flag into the line. Probably going to be a holding, and it was totally unnecessary because it was a quick opener right over the middle, hit Gadian for a nice completion. Gadian had a gain of about 20 down to about the 5-yard line, but that's going to come back. Gadian's reacting. Oh, shucks. Finally get a nice pass, make a good run, drug a guy for a few yards, and it's not going to count. So here's the walk-off against the Rocks. Going to back it up. It was 1st and 10 on the 24. They're going to bring it out to, looks like the 34. holding on the Rocks. Yeah, 1st and 20 from the 34. Well, we'll just use the 20-yard play. I guess that's the one we just used.
Well, we used 2 10s then.
Okay. We're going to have blitzes up the middle, picked up nicely by the Rocks. Fumbled, and the Rocks get on it. Amelia did the right thing, not try to pick it up and run, just get on it. Dante Clay and mishandled the pitch. Looked like the pitch was there, and just maybe that ball's a little wet. So that loses 5 more. 2nd down and 25 now.
I tell you, it was open wide, too. They were blitzing right up the middle.
Yep. And the Rocks really sealed off the blitz beautifully. Nobody broke through. So, 2nd and 25.
There's self-destruction there.
Yeah. Second man, 41, Dante Clay. Hurdles the line. Gonna pick up maybe 4, perhaps 5. Depends where they mark the ball. No, they mark it back. It must have said he hit the ground sooner than it looked. 3rd and 21, so they give him a gain of about 3 or 4. $14-0, 8:46 in the 2nd period. 3rd down and long. Amelia's keeps the ball, fades back to pass, and they're going to sack him back almost at the 50-yard line. And that just didn't fool them at all. Number 44 broke through. That's Justin Carter. Whoops, 44, Justin Carter's on our team.
He'd be tackling our own man.
Yeah, let's switch over to 44 is Jimmy Miller. He's the young man that was injured down by the goal line a little while ago, and he comes in to sack Amelia back at the 49-yard line, so it's 4th and a bunch. 4th and 36. The Rocks are going to punt. David Stevens, the Rocky punter. A good snap. Stevens gets it off. We got a flag flying. Caught back there by number 43 on the fair catch. We'll see what the penalty is. 43 is Steve Altman, who received that kick. Illegal procedure on Rock Island. So that could back them up some more if they want to take this penalty. It'd be a 5-yard penalty and kick it again. And that's what they're going to do. So
self-destruct.
From Gadian having the ball on the 5-yard line after that pass completion, we are now back
45
at the Rock's own 46-yard line. So it's been a net about 50 yards lost through penalties and a quarterback sack. David Stevens once again, he'll look to punt this time from about his own 35-yard line. And the blockers do a good job off the side of his foot. It's not going to go very far. Gets a rocky bounce and trickles out of bounds at about the 29-yard line. So, boy, Oak Forest came out great on that one. Instead of giving up a touchdown, it looked like the Rocks were going to score. They take over on their own 29-yard line. 1st and 10 going the other way.
You were talking about youth football. We had some great games to end the season. One of the games the other night went 25-24, and they scored on the last play of the game to win it, Bob. It was
Ricardini passes out to the flat. It's completed to number 20. Tackle missed by the Rocks. Fortunately, there's help there to bring down Rocco Masudo, 6 foot, 170-pound receiver. Go ahead, Gary.
It was just some excellent games to end the season, and we've got our banquet next week, and looking forward to that. It's always been a very pleasurable event.
Right, Thursday night, the Little Rocks will have their banquet at the high school. So that was a gain of about 5. It'll be 2nd and 5. Ricardini with the long flat pass that last time. It's his first completion, and there's movement. The right end for the Bengals jumped a mile early. 67. is Mark Pacheco. Looking at their list again, I got to get into the right team here. 67 is Leo Ogle, I guess. A-U-G-L-E, or Ogley. Leo Ogley. 6'1", 200-pound young man. So illegal procedure backs them up 5 yards. Now it's going to be 2nd and 10 for the Bengals. We might see Ricardini put it in the air once again. That's what they like to do. Stacked backfield. Wide receivers left and right. From the left into the motion towards the right. And it's handed off right up the middle to Dan Lang. He's the fullback. Got a gain of maybe 4. So it'll be 3rd down and 6. Rocks need to stiffen up right here. If you hold them on 3rd, they'll have to punt where it is right now. It's getting cold, guys.
Yeah, it is that.
Want to build a fire?
Let's shut the windows.
Yeah, right. Mike, go up on the roof with the camera. We'll watch the monitors inside. Okay, Ricardini sets him down. And he keeps it, looking to pitch. Fumble again, and the Rocks are going to get it. And a nice job out there by 25 for the Rocks. Alonzo Wise, he just knocked the guy silly that was bending over to pick up the ball for Oak Forest. And once he was knocked out of the way, the ball's laying there with nobody but Rocks around to pick it up. So
that was Lamont Nimmers who got on the ball for Rock Island.
So some great defense by the Rocks. They had that smelled out again, Gary. 2 men were on the quarterback and 2 men were on the pitch man, so there was nowhere to go. And it was disaster. So the Rocks take over again at the 37-yard line, 1st and 10. And the handoff goes to Dante Clay. Busts it outside. He could go. Dante is all the way downfield. Touchdown, Rock Island around the left end. A well-conceived play, and boy, you talk about penalties can kill you. 1 penalty, and the next play, Rock Island puts it on the scoreboard, rams it down their throat around the left end. Dante Clay with about a, what did we have, a 35-yard run?
36-yard.
36-yard run. So right now, the Rocks are going to tee it up for Adam Sybe. Try to get this point on the board. They haven't changed the scoreboard yet.
No.
Ooh, that's not close. He scored a goal on the soccer net.
Yeah, his plant foot slipped.
Yeah, he slipped in the mud. You could see it go out from under him. So
what do we get on time?
It's going to be 20 zip, 5:37 remaining in the 2nd period.
Okay.
And let's have a message from one of our favorite places for the best in family dining. Rocky fans, head for Charlie's Place at the corner of 30th Street and 14th Avenue in Rock Island. Charlie's Place features mouth-watering deep-fried catfish, fantastic fried chicken, prime rib, super sandwiches, pasta, spaghetti, and the very best pizza in the bi-state area. So take the family, visit Charlie's Place tonight.
What do you say, Bob? Let's all go to Charlie's Place.
You bet. We're headed there. The Booster Club after game party tonight is at Charlie's Place. Big pizza party.
We having pizza again tonight?
Yep.
That worked out nice.
All you folks that are listening to the game at home, you missed it. It was last night. What a great party it was,
Boy,
too.
was that good pizza.
And there's none left.
Okay, Sybe tees it up. Here's the kickoff. Right down the middle, another squib kick. Goes through the legs of the first man, and it's picked up
25
by number 25. Hard to see those.
15.
Hard to catch those numbers when they get a little muddy. Number 15 is Jimmy Garman, 5'9", 160-pound running back for Oak Forest. So the Bengals will put it in play. 1st and 10 on the 35-yard line, their own 35. And the Rocks would like nothing better than another good defensive stand. So far, the defense has been very impressive, and the offense doesn't look too shabby either. The Rocks look like they're ready for playoff ball if they get an opportunity. Back in motion, coming to the near side. Pass right over the middle, wide open.
Nice catch.
A nice catch, went up in the air. He's brought down inside the 45, but it's a nice big gain. Goes from the 35 down to their own, or to the Rocky 43, let's call it. So that's what, 15 and another 8. 23-yard pass play gain. Ricardini hits him on the numbers.
Masuto is the one who caught it, number 20.
What was that name again?
Masuto.
Masuto. Ah, yes. So Ricardini brings him up. He's had success on 2 pass plays. That's about all that's been successful. Dropped straight back again, going for all of it this time.
Oh, another nice
Once again, a nice catch up in the air. And he kind of, Masuto once again showed that ball to the Rocky defender, which might just get him a good whack the next time he comes down there. But it looks like Oak Forest has decided, whether rain or not, passing's what we do, and that's what we got to do, because the Rocks have just shut them down cold on the run.
Timeout.
And it's timeout now, Oak Forest. With 4:41 remaining in the first half, the Rocks up 20-0. Buying a used vehicle is frightening because you never really know what you're getting. Let Joe Kelly take the fear out of your next purchase. Joe Kelly Auto Sales in Milan specializes in quality, pre-owned vehicles and small-town honesty. Hundreds of satisfied folks drive Joe Kelly vehicles. Because at Joe Kelly Auto Sales, they take a personal interest in every customer. At Joe Kelly Auto Sales, you're dealing with a family business, not a sales factory where you're just a number in a checkbook. So visit Joe Kelly Auto Sales just 5 minutes west of the cinemas on Andalusia Road in Milan. I'm driving my Joe Kelly car tonight. By golly, it hauls all the Booster Club TV6 television equipment from game to game. So, Oak Forest in business. They've got the ball at the 16-yard line, the Rock Island 16-yard line. They've done it through the air. Ricardini connecting the last couple of passes. And an attempt up the middle. 32 is Dan Lang, the fullback. Short gain. They just they're not able to run against the Rocks.
The receiver that caught the 2 passes limped off the field, and he's still limping here on the sidelines. Played before.
Yep. Well, maybe he got the pop on that play where he turned around and kind of stuck the ball in the face of the Rocky defender. It was a nice catch.
He got up limping the first time when he caught it, and then the second time he got limping a little more. So
Ricardini takes the snap, the handoff. No, he kept it, rolled out left, and almost intercepted out there. The pass was thrown well short of the intended receiver. I think it was John Holland that almost picked that ball off. 83, no, it wouldn't be John Holland. 83 is Marshall Pass, the defensive end out there wide. Almost picked it off. It'll be 3rd and 9. And that pass, quarterback had gotten popped a little bit. I think he was off balance and probably shouldn't have thrown it. 3rd and 9 on the 11. Straight back drop, goes for the end zone on the right-hand corner, and it is caught out there. Touchdown.
Is that 20?
That's number 20 again.
Nice catch.
Well, he jumped up over the Rocky defender. The defense was there in great position, but he just went up over the pack and took the ball away.
In fact, he did that on all 3 of the catches. He went up.
That's Rocco Masuto. He's a 6-foot-tall wide receiver, and I think the biggest of our defensive backs are about 5'9" out there, so he used his height on all 3 receptions, as you say, Gary. They threw him up, and he jumped up over the crowd. They're going to go for 2, 20-6 the score. And it's going to be a straight back drop.
20 again.
And 20 once again is your receiver. A little crossing pattern into the middle. And it's a 2-point conversion. Moves the score to Oak Forest 8 and the Rocks 20 with 3:50 remaining here in the first half. If your auto, home, health, or life insurance costs are going through the roof, it's time to call Bob Lohmeyer State Farm Insurance, 788-7478. Bob Lohmeyer has the expertise to analyze your insurance needs and design coverage to fit your budget. State Farm and Bob Lohmeyer, 2 of the most respected names in insurance, will help you plan your insurance portfolio to make sure your family is protected. Call today. That's Bob Lohmeyer State Farm, 788-7478. Like a good neighbor, Bob Lohmeyer State Farm is there.
Masudo has 5 catches for 68 yards now. And those last 3 plays, that ball wasn't thrown all that well. He just went and got it.
And that was quick. I mean, I don't recall the time on the clock.
5 something
when the Rocks kicked off, and it's now just under 4 minutes. So they went all the way down the field and put it in the end zone in just a little over a minute or a minute and a half. And I think the Rocks are going to see the air attack the rest of the evening, because that's all that's working for them. Here's the kickoff. And that was interesting. Offsides, Oak Forest. They tried a little deception there. 15, Jim Garman normally kicks off. He backed up kind of quickly. At 75, a great big lineman, Tony Descola, came up and kicked the ball. And in their trickery, they managed to be offsides. So mark one up for the good guys. It's going to be moved back to the 35-yard line, and they'll do it over again.
I was talking to Jim Vesey, one of our directors, before the game night, and he told me that Purdue decided to redshirt Tito.
Tito, his son?
Yeah, so he'll have 4 more years of eligibility than after this year. So
Tito, of course, outstanding quarterback for the Rocks a couple years ago. And this kickoff is going to go down the sidelines, picked up by Nimmers at the 20, trying to break across, turns it upfield and fights up to about the 24-yard line. Could have been disaster. That's a live ball. Looked like for a moment they were waiting to see was it going to go out of bounds, which would be Rocky ball up on the 40. And it didn't go out of bounds. Then he tried to pick it up, went through his legs, finally picked it up. And by then, Oak Forest was down waiting for him.
That big 75 did a nice job. He wouldn't let him get outside.
Nope.
Just strung the play out. That's right, till he got some help.
He did a nice job, Nimmers did, to pick up 4 or 5 yards on that return. Well, here comes the handoff our way. Ernie B. And he's taken down at about the 25-yard line. It'll be a gain of 1. So Oak Forest trying to get some momentum off that quick touchdown. See if they can rise to the occasion with their defense. Of course, the Rocks would like to have a controlled drive. There's 3 minutes left in the half. They'd like to just control it and run the clock out. Sure, they'd like to take it down and get a touchdown. Pitch to Clay. Taking it wide, cuts up the lane now, and he's going to have a gain of about 6 up to the 31 or 32-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and maybe a yard, maybe 2 to go. So the Rocky backs, they don't appear to be having trouble with this turf. Haven't seen them slipping and sliding.
Not at all.
The only time we really saw it evident was on the extra point attempt when Adam Sybe, foot went out from under him on the attempted kick. We got an equipment timeout for the officials. Now the clock's started. Clock running at 2:20 remaining in the period.
Filling the gap. Got a first down.
Yeah, the Rocky line just surging forward, and they would not let the runner be stopped, and we've got a first down. They plowed it probably for 5 yards after he was initially hit. Who was the runner? I couldn't see it in that mess.
It was Dante Clay.
I'll buy that.
I'm not arguing. I know it wasn't Holiday. Or
okay. Rocks now 1st and 10 on their own 36. Ooh, again, very nearly a fumble, but nice job in the backfield by 45, Ernest B. to hang on.
They had 2 linebackers plugging the gap right up the middle, and we're lucky our lineman picked them up actually pretty well. Could have been even worse disaster in the backfield.
2nd and 9. Well, that handoff hit B at about his waist, and it had dropped to his knees before he got control of it. So the Rocks in the wing, right up the gut, and it's almost a first down, it looks like. Maybe it is. Going to be real close out there. Stanley Golden with a nice run. Gain of about 8, maybe 9. Timeout Rock Island with 1:15 remaining, so the Rocks calling time. They want to see if they can get some more points on the board. First down, the referee is signaling, and the chain crew didn't notice for quite a while.
I'm kind of amazed. Didn't you tell me that Bobby wasn't doing this game because he was over there working? He hasn't taken his hands out of his pockets yet.
You're right. Well, Bob DeVries and Roger Lodge somehow got talked into letting the managers, which as you saw earlier, it's senior night. The manager said, can we have the night off and not work the game? And Bob and Roger agreed to work the sidelines and let the two managers have the game off. And you're right. I think from all the work he's getting done, he might as well be up here.
That was my point.
It's probably the same old thing. Rogers
yeah. Good old Roger. He'll work his tail off, and Bob's a great supervisor.
Did Roger shave tonight?
I don't think so. I haven't seen him tonight, though, come to think of it. Rocks with the ball on the 46. Little pass over the middle to Gadiot. He caught the ball, and it's going to be down at about the Bengal 45. Second down, clock running. We're still at, right at 1 minute right now. So a little quick opener over the middle. Gadiot with 2 receptions tonight. One, of course, called back because of a penalty. Amelia dropping back deep, and he gets smeared.
Number 53.
Buried back there, and there is a flag. 53 came through for the Bengals. And that is Jason DeRosa, 6 foot, 240 pounds.
Might have been on. Might have been a face mask on the defense.
Well, we'll see. Amelia certainly was greeted by that 240-pound lineman that took him down fast and hard. Waiting for the signal still.
That's a good sign. They're moving the other way.
Yep, it's against Oak Forest.
Unsportsmanlike.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. So that will be a first down. Rock Island goes from the point of the infraction, 15 yards. Going to move them way down. Boy, what a break for the Rocks. There's 47 seconds remaining. Puts them down at about the 31-yard line. So well within reach for another score before halftime. 47 seconds remaining. Amelia brings them up. Oak Forest in a 4-man front this time. 3 linebackers. Center middle linebacker blitzes. It's a flat pass out here to the right. Got a run.
Is that
Seneca Gray. And he takes it down inside the 20. Looked like he was a little hesitant on his run and then started chugging and took it down to about the 17-yard line. 32 seconds on the clock. It stops while they reset the chains.
Timeout, Rock Island.
Rock Island calls timeout. So with 32 seconds on the clock, the Rocks are in business. Going to be at the 17-yard line. Whether it's lawn care or snow plowing, year-round, your grounds require hard work. If the job's just getting too big, call the pros at George F. Brown Company, 786-1607. George F. Brown specializes in lawn care, lawn aeration, and snow removal. George F. Brown has all the equipment and can make your lawn the talk of the neighborhood. And when the snow flies, George F. Brown has a complete fleet of snow plowing equipment. So for the best in lawn care, lawn aeration, and snow removal, ask about their annual program. Quality service at affordable prices. Call George F. Brown, 786-1607. The Rocks come up to the line. 32 seconds to go on the 17-yard line. Amelia calling out the signals. It's going to be a pitch wide to Dante Clay. He's got a path out there. Needs one block, gets around the corner, and I think he got it out of bounds, which is what he needed to do to stop the clock. Dante comes back limping a little bit. We've got second down now, the ball on the 7-yard line. So a gain of 10 for Clay. .26 seconds left on the clock. The Rocks want to get one more score if they can. 20-8, they lead at the moment. It's not first down, I said first. They're on the 7-yard line, the second and about less than one. Clay busting into the end zone. Touchdown, Dante Clay. Excellent blocking on the left side for the Rocks and some good faking in the backfield. So the Rocks up the ante now. We're at 26-8 with an opportunity to add another one. We'll see if they kick from that same spot where Sybe slipped last time.
No, they're going for 2.
Going to get 2 to get it back.
I got a feeling you're going to see the same play, possibly. That sweep wide.
Well, that didn't take long either. We talked about Oak Forest scoring quickly. The Rocks come back and score quickly themselves. O'Melia calling the signals. Second man, Ernie B, fighting his way through the line. A big pile up, and he's in for the 2-point conversion. So the Rocks, 28. Oak Forest, 8. And we've got 21 seconds left in this first period. That was a quick bunch of points scored by both teams.
Yeah.
You're going to need a calculator for the stats, Jimmy.
We've got more passes in that drive than we had in the last 3 or 4 weeks.
And O'Melia's been right on the money, too.
Yes,
every pass has been a nice pass. 2 to Gadiant, 1 to Seneca Gray. Might be the first pass Seneca Gray's caught, as far as I can remember this year.
Maybe that's why he couldn't remember what to do.
Yeah, like, what do I do now? Who do I block? Well, that's great. Oak Forest comes out and shows us the throwing game, and we come right back so we can throw the ball too, guys. So the Rocks will tee it up. Adam Sybe to kick off from the 40. And I'm fairly confident we'll see another squib kick. It's a little muddy and slippery out here. There's no sense giving them a nice high fly to field. There's a squib. It's a hard kick and downed immediately by number 72 for the Bengals. That's 6 foot, 200-pound Mike Zolna, Z-O-L-N-A. And that took all of, 3 seconds or so? 19 seconds left in the half from their own 45. The Bengals will put it in play, and let's see if they want to go to the air again.
Oh, yeah. Safety's deep.
Wide left, wide right. Boy, look at that receiver in motion. He can barely run. He's limping so bad. They tried to go to him, and he couldn't get anywhere near the ball.
Yeah, that was number 20.
He's the receiver.
Boy, I'm not sure what happened to him, but he started coming over that Masato, started coming across in motion and pulled up lame, and he just couldn't go anywhere. And that's where the half ends, 28-8, the Rocks on top.
Side of Rock Island Milan, under the direction of Jody Clarkson and Nicole Downs, now present 2 sections of this year's show, Carlos Palmina Perena.
You need some more. I'm the man. Come on up, bring your food. Gary?
Well, an outstanding performance by the Rock Island Marching Band. These guys have really come a long, long way in 2 years' time since Mr. Maloon took over the band and kind of switched directions. And they're going in a new and different direction, a little bit different philosophy than previously. And not to say one's better than the other one, but boy, these band shows are outstanding. It's just unfortunate we don't have the sound equipment on the right side of the field to really do it justice, but one of the best bands in the state now, I would say. So congratulations, Rock Island Marching Band. We'll be back with Jim Tobin and all the halftime stats right after this word. Friends, if you're struggling to keep up with the demands of your yard or business grounds, call the professionals at George F. Brown Company, 786-1607. George F. Brown has all the necessary equipment to groom your lawn to perfection. And George F. Brown provides year-round service with a complete fleet of snow plowing equipment. So for lawn care, lawn aeration, and snow removal, not snow plow yet, hopefully, but snow removal, call George F. Brown, 786-1607, conveniently located right here in Rock Island. Well, Jim Tobin, how about the halftime stats?
Okay, at halftime, Rock Island has rushed the ball 32 times for 194 yards. Mr. Omiya is 2 for 2 for 23 yards. For a total offense of 217 yards for the Rock Island Rocks. On the other side of the ledger for Oak Forest, they've rushed the ball 6 times for a -2 yards. They've thrown the ball 8 times, completed 6 for 62 yards, and Mosquito, number 20, has caught the ball 5 times for 68 yards. So they have a total yardage of 60 yards at halftime.
Well, the Rocks defense doing the job and the offense putting points on the board. So far, everything going the Rocks' way, 28-8 at the end of a half. And it'll be interesting to see if Mosquito is still banged up. He left the field at the halftime intermission limping pretty severely. In the last play that he attempted to run, he couldn't run.
He is still limping. They're putting a jacket on him right in front of us, Bob.
So
he limped out of the dressing room.
So if he's done, that's a big loss for the Bengals. He is undoubtedly their #1 target in an offense that really likes to throw the ball.
He came out in the field and limped over, and then he tried running up and down the field 2 or 3 times, and it just progressively got worse. And so I think they decided he's done.
Yeah, he's got his helmet off now, walking around with a jacket on.
So he got popped pretty good on a couple of those receptions. He had to go up in the air to get them, and both times he made great catches but paid the price. The Rocks will kick off to Oak Forest, and referees just realized they're on the wrong end of the field. They got to turn them around.
The referees are, or the teams are?
I think everybody was on the wrong end. We were the only ones that don't have to move. So they turn them around. The Rocks will be defending the north goal here in the third period. Sybe will be kicking from left to right. Back deep for Oak Forest is number 15 on the far side and 25 on the near side. 15, that is Jimmy Garman, and 25 is Tom Lilly. And the kick goes right down the middle, and it's fumbled in there, and the Rocks come piling in on it. We'll see what happens. Oak Forest picked it up, and the Rocks swarm him under. And we've got a little hot tempers down there. Number 43 carried the ball for Oak Forest, and actually 23 for the Rocks took it away from him right towards the end of the run. That's John Holland came out of there with the ball, but the refs had blown it dead. So it's going to be Oak Forest ball just on the 30-yard line, their own 30-yard line.
Has it quit raining, guys?
Steve Altman, the run back for Oak Forest. I can't tell. I think it has.
Yeah, I don't see any umbrellas up.
No umbrellas, they say, huh? Okay. Flanker in motion, goes up the middle, number 32. The fullback breaks into the secondary, and Dan Lang has probably his longest carry of the game and by far the best offensive running play for Oak Forest so far tonight. They gain about 7. It'll be 2nd and 3.
That puts them on the positive side, doesn't it, Jim?
Yeah, it does. That doubles his yardage.
So, 2nd down, 3 yards to go on their own 38. Ricardini barking out the signals. Drops straight back, gonna put it up. A hard pass. We got a flag that flew, and I'm not quite sure.
I think it's interference on Rock Island, and the catch will be good.
Holding Rock Island. So we'll see. I was going to say, I didn't see any interference. The Rocky kids weren't really around the ball like they should have been. So we'll see.
Offensive interference.
Pass interference.
Oh, I tell you, I got eyes like an eagle. That's why I'm the stat guy.
Is it offensive or defensive? Well, defensive pass interference.
They're talking to the offensive team.
Yeah. Well, one guy was. The other guy's over chatting with the Rocks. I guess the guy in the white hat's the important one.
You got it.
And what are they saying? Take the catch, get the first down, or who knows? Well, the ref's got to walk off the penalty now, so it will be a first down. Oak Forest inside Rocky territory on the 48-yard line. Boy, I didn't see any interference. Maybe it happened early before the ball got there.
Hand in the back, I think.
I think they lost.
Well, next time we do that, let's shove them away from the ball instead of right into it. It was a reception wide open. Flanker in motion to the right. Straight drop back. Goes over the middle once again and dropped. Boy, number 3. That's Josh Haynes broke into the open. If he made the catch, he had a lane between 2 Rocky defenders. And I don't know if he heard the footsteps or what, but boy, he dropped the ball fast. Still got popped a little bit by John Holland. It's going to be 2nd down. Yeah, you mentioned he's small, Mike, our camera, 5'6", 140 pounds.
I think that's stretching it.
Yeah.
I think he heard the train coming.
So, Ricardini again calling signals. Flanker moving in motion to the right. Straight back drop. Goes over the middle once again. Same play, a nice look-in pass. And he's smeared out there, but not till after a big gain. And once again, some taunting, it looks like. A little bit of talking going on out there. Trying to see, I guess it was Holland that hit him back there. 23?
Yeah, 43 made the catch, and that's...
43 for them is Steve Altman. 5'8", 140 also. They got a lot of 140-pound kids, it looks like. Ricardini up over the center. Flanker in motion again. That's Altman moving from left to right. And this time it's a draw, and the Rocks aren't fooled one bit. And they stack it up inside number 71 for the Rocks. Big Dave Stevens just brings that play to an end real quick. As soon as he got the ball, Stevens took him down.
Loss of 3.
Yep, loss of 3. It's going to be 2nd down and about 13. The ball sitting on the 28-yard line. So once again, Oak Forest took the opening kickoff here in the second half, and they have been moving it down the field. They got a lot of help from a penalty against the Rocks, but they're moving. Ricardini, straight back drop, throws it to the left. Got a runner out deep. And Holland, if he'd have looked for the ball, he had the interception. It actually hit him in the side, I think. The Oak Forest receiver couldn't get anywhere near the ball because John Holland was standing there. Triple coverage, threw right into it. They don't seem to be worried about our pass defense. Maybe they read our, unfortunately, our Western Big Six stats and pass defense. We ended up 4th out of 6. And 2 of the teams weren't very good. So that kind of tells you. Okay, Rocks jump, but they got back. Pass out to the left. Intercepted that time. And there are no flags, so it's going to be Rocky ball. A nice interception out there by John Holland. They went to the well once too often as far as Holland's concerned, and he picked that one off. So end of the drive at the 12-yard line. The Rocks take over on the interception. And with, what do we got, 9:20?
9:20, yeah.
9:20 left. Boy, those 9s look like 5s when you got wind blowing in the contacts.
Just tap me on the shoulder and I'll read the
That's
clock
why I
for
said,
you.
what is it, 9? I thought, it can't be 5 yet. So Amelia brings him up.
Deep in the territory.
First man right through the middle is Stanley. No, that's Jarvis Holliday, the fullback, takes it up over the 25. Check that, the 15.
Thank you.
Looking at the wrong line. Second down and 7, let's call it, for the Rocks at their own 15. Amelia brings them out of the huddle. 4-man front for Oak Forest. They've been blitzing their backs, and the middle linebacker tries a blitz. Doesn't get anywhere, but they do stuff the play. That was where the ball was going. Ernie B up over the middle. Maybe a gain of maybe a yard or nothing. 3rd and 6 or 7 still.
Well, do we go wide here?
I would think they might try that pitch around the left side.
Really has worked pretty well.
They've had some good success with it, you're right. Dante Clay has been very successful going that way.
Offside that
drew him off. Number 45, the middle linebacker who's been blitzing almost every play. That's Al Altman, 5'9", 170-pound linebacker, gets drawn off. So that helps a lot, makes it 3rd and 1 rather than 3rd and 6. And I'm sure the coach feels much more comfortable down deep in his own territory with a 3rd and 1. The Rocks running game has been able to get yardage pretty much at will.
You might see Jarvis coming now right up the middle here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. They just need one. First man's Holiday. He's got the first down, I think. Plowed forward out over the 30 or the 20. Appears to be a first down. The refs are signaling hold everything. Set the ball down at the 32. And let's see, is he going to want a measurement? Yes, he is.
Well, I'd say we made it by 6 to 8 inches.
Hey, you notice, guys, we have a 5-man officiating crew now.
Yeah, where'd the other guy come from?
When we started the game, it was just 4 out there at the flip and the introductions, and I made a comment, I think, off the air, I believe, that Coach Boblet won't like this because you're supposed to have a 5-man crew.
This is
it's Carlos, I think.
Bergie? Is that Bergstrom? No, that's Carlos.
Yeah, it's Carlos in the white hat. Eagle, I think, is on that crew. Don't know them all. DeVries can usually name them right off. So the Rocks have a first down out at the 20-yard line.
41 wide.
Dante Clay breaking tackles and plowing hard, and finally 3 men dive on him to bring him down, but he's got a gain of about 10. Maybe a first down for the Rocks. Good hard run by Dante Clay. What's new about that? Official timeout. Going to measure it.
No, they blew it for an injury, and then he got up by himself, and since they stopped it for the injury, they got to, well, they are
they're going to measure it too. Dante Clay's probably gone over 100 yards again for I don't know how many games in a row.
If this is the first down, he's right at 100.
And he finished the conference #1 in the Western Big Six, leading the way. In fact,
I think he's at 1,018 for the season.
The Rocks came out the #1 offensive team in the Western Big Six.
He needed 209 yards to break Corey Williams' record.
Yeah, that was set, what, just 2 or 3 years ago?
A couple years ago.
And we're watching Corey out here. Amelia brings him up. And he's going to throw straight back. We're sending a man deep. Gadian dives to the ball, stretched out, couldn't bring it in. Amelia just overthrew him a little bit, but Gadian broke open.
I thought he slowed down a little on his run.
Yeah, maybe so.
Know.
Maybe so. It's got to be 2nd and 10. One thing about Coach Boblett, you never know when it's coming. He doesn't pass very often, but
tonight's a good night to do it.
When he does,
a little experience, and
he was shooting for all the marbles on that one. So Amelia brings him up, wing to the right, blitz, 2 linebackers blitzed, and Alonzo Wise gets nothing. You're right, maybe lost a yard. Swarming defense that time around the left side for Oak Forest. That it is a loss of maybe a yard.
This passing that we're doing tonight, too, also, if we get into the playoffs, lets teams that are trying to scout you know that you will throw the ball.
Right, and Rockford Boylan, the #1 team in the state, is here scouting us tonight. So Amelia brings him up. Clay to the left side, breaking tackles, fighting his way, still breaking tackles.
Beautiful run.
He's going to go all the way. Nobody will touch him. Don't anybody clip, because you don't need to. Dante Clay takes the ball from the Rocky 31-yard line.
69 yards.
All the way. Touchdown, Rock Island, 34-8. Beautiful run. Broken tackles. They had him stopped 2 or 3 times, and he just would not quit. I guess he wants that record. Maybe he hurt us.
What's that give him, Jim?
169 yards I've got him for.
How many does he need?
209, I believe it was. But now if we get into the playoff with it, that surely will count too.
Yeah, it does. It does. This Rocky team has a chance of setting the all-time Rocky offense if we get a playoff game or two. Sybe going to try to kick it out of the mud again. This time it's down. He gets the ball wide left. Just a lousy footing down there.
Well, I'll tell you, Dante Clay should have not had more than 5 yards on that run.
He was stopped
twice.
He was stopped twice, you're right, and just refused to quit. For all your auto, home, health, or life insurance needs, call Bob Lohmeyer at Bob Lohmeyer State Farm, 788-7478. Lohmeyer State Farm has provided our community with the very best in insurance service for decades. And did you know Bob Lohmeyer State Farm offers some of the most competitive premium rates available? So when you need insurance, call Bob Lohmeyer State Farm, 788-7478. Or visit the office at 211 17th Street in downtown Rock Island. Like a good neighbor, Bob Lohmeyer State Farm is there.
Where's the good doctor at tonight?
He's out of town on business for Palmer College. Talking about Dr. Clay Tuttle, usually one of our cameramen. Mentioned earlier, Bob DeVries, Roger Lodge, both working down on the sidelines. Mike Harden taking the night off. Dr. Tuttle out of town. Dick Allison getting a big award, being inducted. We got a flag on that kickoff.
I think Rock Island was offside.
Dick Allison being inducted into the St. Ambrose Hall of Fame tonight, a big ceremonial dinner, and he said he'd try to stop by if they got done, but he may get out and feel this weather and decide he'd rather be home.
What did it say? I think in a little article I read that He ran 4 touchdowns back and punt returns in one game. I think that was one of the highlights they had.
Could be.
Outstanding punt return and kickoff specialist.
Well, I've heard a number of people say that when he was here at Rocky, he was a 100-yard dash man and just fast as all get out.
He raised some very athletic sons, too.
That's for sure. I think they've all played at Rocky. Sybe tees it up again. This time the kickoff is taken by the up Hex and breaks out over the 50, so it's got to be superb field position.
Face mask.
We got a flag.
If that's a face mask, it'll be really bad news for the Rocks because he's already got the ball over midfield on the run back. Yep, face mask Rock Island is the preliminary signal. And they walk that off. Oak Forest is going to be in great shape. Good field position. If we don't sound terribly worried, it's because the scoreboard
reached 34-8 with 5 minutes and 38 seconds to go, Bob.
Thank you,
I'll read
sir.
it.
Well, see, there's a wall in my way here. We got to put a window next time we do construction up here on the right side of the booth so you can see the scoreboard. So Oak Forest brings him out. Ricardini. We got wide receivers to left and right. 2 wide receivers left. Looks to the left. Backpedals. Puts it in the air. Going to be picked off again. Could be a touchdown.
Lamont Nimmers.
Nimmers is quick. He needs a block. He got one block. Stepped out of bounds. Stepped out of bounds on about the 46-yard line. So a nice run back. I think he picked that ball off down around the 20 or inside the Rock Island 20 and runs it back to the Oak Forest 46-yard line. And you could just see it coming. Good defense by the Rocks. They were waiting. Ricardini didn't ever look away. He followed the receiver he wanted from the time he took the hike, and the Rocks read his eyes, and Nimmers picked it off, and the Rocks are in business in the other direction.
Let's like to see break one more here, about for 46.
Yeah, Dante needs some yards here, guys. Well, we'll get them for anybody. This one's going to go to Stanley Golden right up the middle. What a charge by the Rocky line.
Really strong tonight.
61 for the Rocks, 59 for the Rocks. Dante Clay up there blocking hard for his running back teammate. Just a superb line charge. 61 out there, Ben Stout was just clearing a path right on downfield. He doesn't stop till the whistle blows. O'Melia takes the hike. Over the middle for the Rocks, going to be a short gain. Was second and about 1.
That was Ernie B.
Ernie, I think, gets the first down inside or near, not inside, almost to the 35. First down, Rock Island. 4:43 remaining in the third. So let's see what the Rocks have up their sleeve this time. Been pretty successful anywhere they've gone on the ground.
We're going to get a pass here to
Clay.
85.
Clay wide to the right. Oh, and he's smothered. He didn't have time to get rid of it at all.
We're going to get a pass.
53 broke through at 74. 53 is Jason DeRosa. That's that 6', 240-pound lineman. Came right up the middle, and he had O'Melia before he could even stand up.
He faked the first man, and he was going to hit Seneca Gray on this side. Never got a chance.
Boy, the one thing I don't understand is, he made a nice play. DeRosa sacking him, and 74 was in there too. Both of them do a little talking after they take him down, and it's like, guys, it's 34-8. What are you talking about?
Right, check the scoreboard.
Yeah, you made a nice play, but it's not exactly in-your-face football when you're behind 30 points. Going to be third down for the Rocks at about 12. Guess enough editorial comments.
It's never enough.
I didn't know Bob, different Bob.
Yeah, right. Well, I just, let's play the game, and you make a nice play, that's great, but gee. Okay, Amelia hands it off. First man is Stanley Golden, breaking tackles out near the 35, maybe to the 37 or so. Gain of about 4, 5. Going to be 4th down and 9 for the Rocks. They're at their own 35. I would assume, knowing Vic Boblet, we're going to go for it. Might try to draw them off sides with the long count to pick up the first 5.
I think we'll go wide left.
Yep. Probably Dante Clay, maybe. Uh-oh. We were going on the long count, and Heath Gadian, unfortunately, was fooled before Oak Forest was. Jumped off sides. Going to be a 5-yard penalty on the Rocks.
I think it was a pass to Heath.
He's getting a head start.
Yeah.
Going to be 4th and 15 now. I accuse Coach Boblet of reading the Bob Reed How to Dress for Cold Weather Football.
The clock is still
tonight.
Clock is still running.
He's got his stocking cap pulled down over his ears tonight and a big heavy red jacket. He said he was going to keep his ears warm. I wonder if they'll put some time back on, because the officials saw what you saw, Jim. So they were walking around trying to assess the penalty, and the clock's running. It shows 2:05 at the moment. And the official is going over to the Rocky bench, talking to Coach Boblet. And Boblet is talking into his headset. They'll probably tell one of the coaches at the other end of that, go in and tell him to run some time back on the clock. Back to 2:18, is that what it says?
That is correct.
My golly.
And now they've started it.
4th and about 14, it looks like. Should be. Amelia drop back to the right, and he's going to get pulled down, sacked in the backfield on the attempted pass.
They're still talking now.
Yeah, by number 74 of Ladika. Brings him down. That was a 4th down, so Oak Forest will take over. They'll have the ball 1st and 10 on their own 44-yard line. And I would guess we're going to see...
And the coach is talking to 74, too. I think he's telling him that...
he's had enough of that.
Keep your mouth shut. Yep. Well, this is a coach that's played a lot of football, from what you were telling us, Gary. Handoff to the fullback. Sybe's got him. He rides him out about 5 yards, though. Maybe 4, gain of 4. Didn't you say one of you guys told me that he played some pro ball?
Yeah, one of the AD was telling me that he played a year for the Seattle Seahawks. So.
Well, that's almost pro ball. It's not the NFC Central or anything like the Bears, but
thank heaven.
Okay, here we go. Ricardini hands it off to Lang. He was hit in the backfield and broke loose. Well, he was hit real hard, but somehow bounced out of there.
There's number 40. Who was it? Was wanting number 40 in? Was that what our sign was earlier in the...
Yeah, still there, Gary. It's up on the press box.
40 just got the tackle.
Yeah, 88 for the Rocks. Banged up a little bit on that play. That's Justin Leon. He's going to go out for a play. Looked like he had a knee banged a little bit, but he's okay, I think. Okay.
I heard Moline 0. I didn't hear what the...
Ottawa 14.
Ricardini fakes, and he's going to get buried in the backfield. He was going to drop back, I think, to pass, and the Rocks were there before he could move. 54 in there for the Rocks, along with Adam Sybe, Jacob Atkins.
That's 2 sacks and a fumble recovery.
Also, Brandon Pannell in there real quick. Looks like they're going to punt. They're in an awful short punt formation, though. The Rocks send 1 man deep.
It's a fake.
Yep, it is a fake, and the Rocks
stopped him,
I think. It's going to be close. Yeah, he's stopped short, I think, where they're marking it. So it'll be Rock Island ball. Both teams went for it on 4th down. Rocks didn't make it on an attempted pass play. Oak Forest on an attempted punt didn't make it. So the Rocks will take over, and they're in good field position at their own 47-yard line. We're at 2 seconds, 1 second, end of the third period with the score, Rock Island 34, Oak Forest 8. If you need a reliable, quality vehicle, visit Joe Kelly Auto Sales, 852 Andalusia Road in Milan. Joe Kelly specializes in clean, low-mileage, pre-owned vehicles. Joe Kelly searches the Midwest to find the best in pre-driven cars. You'll find the car, truck, or van of your dreams at Joe Kelly Auto Sales. So whether you're looking for luxury transportation or a work vehicle, Joe Kelly can help. And he'll show you how to own it with local, low-payment financing. Visit Joe Kelly Auto Sales just 5 minutes west of the cinemas on Andalusia Road in Milan. Got some third quarter numbers, Jim?
6, 8, 12, and 14.
Thank you for that enlightening report.
And the losers were 3, 2, 9, and 1.
Yeah, all right. I meant any statistics.
At the end of 3 quarters, Dante Clay has now rushed for 170 yards for Rock Island. So he's on, may well get his 200 yet tonight.
Easy on the chomping the ice back there. Gary keeps forgetting there's a microphone in front of his face.
And in our ears.
Okay, the Rock's going to put it in play at the 47. O'Melia barking the signals, and the Rocks jump off sides again. 2 guys moved that time. Boy, got to get that countdown, guys. Looked like Seneca Gray jumped, and also our wingback over on the far side. I'm not sure which guy's in there right now. Let's see if we can pick it up.
41, 45, and 30.
Clay, B, and
Holiday.
Holiday are in.
Okay. I think it was probably Clay out there. So the Rocks now faced with a 1st and 15. Ball back at their own 42-yard line. O'Melia brings them up. Fumble in the backfield. The Rocks going to recover it. Dante Clay lost the ball. Jimmy O'Melia dove on it. That's a couple times Dante's mishandled those pitches, and I think it's just concentration. He's got to get his mind on what he's doing there. Pitch was okay, looked like.
They're running so close together, it don't look like the spacing's quite right. They're running so close together, it doesn't look like the spacing, and when he's pitching it, it's pitched so quick at a short angle.
Counter back the other way. Ernest B. Nice gain out to the 50-yard line. Some good faking in the backfield. So a big gain of about, what, 12, 13, Jim?
No, 15.
15-yard gain. Brings the ball out over the 50-yard line. So we're in Oak Forest territory. 3rd down and about 6, let's call it, maybe 6.5. What'll the Rocks do this time? 3rd down. O'Melia brings him up. Wing to the, well, just in a stacked backfield. Clay gets it on the left. No, O'Melia kept it. A good fake by Dante Clay. I thought he had the ball.
4th and 4, maybe?
Yeah, O'Melia with a gain of maybe 3, 4. We'll see where they mark it. Looks like it's going to be put in play at about the 46, 47-yard line. So it's going to be almost 5, a long 4, 4th and a long 4. And it looks like the Rocks going to go for it again. This is one that I wouldn't surprise me if they would have punted to put them back. Maybe we'll get the long count.
And then the punt if we don't draw them or if we don't jump.
We'll see. Receiver wide to the right is Seneca Gray. Gonna do it. B hit in the backfield. He goes down. So we've had 3 series. Rocky went for it on 4th down, got stopped. Oak Forest went for it on 4th down, got stopped. Rocky again went for it on 4th down, got stopped. So the defense is stiffening up on both sides.
74 got that tackle, but he just turned his back and ran to the sidelines that time. I was looking right at him.
Yeah, well, I think his coach had some words for him. And
might have been because Jim was looking right at him, too. I don't know.
yeah, that could be.
Right.
Gino Ricardini, the quarterback for Oak Forest, brings him up. He's got wide receivers, both left and right, from the left in motion. And a fumble in the backfield and scramble for the ball. I think Oak Forest covered it. Well,
31 of Rock Island got it.
Rock Island got it.
Number 31.
By golly. So Brandon Panel comes up with the ball. So we didn't have to wait for 4 downs to turn it back to the other team that time, guys. It's going to be Rock Island ball at the 47-yard line. It's right about where they had it before. They're at the Oak Forest 47. It's getting cold up here.
It is that.
It's past that.
Are you numb? Okay, O'Melia brings him up. The handoff to the first man through. He's got a nice gain up to about the 39-yard line. Stanley, or 41-yard line. Stanley Golden, the ball carrier. Nice line surge once again by the Rocks. Guys, it's going to be a tough chore today picking that Charlie's player of the game, because an awful lot of Rocks have played extremely well. Gain of 6, 2nd down and 4. Rocks have the ball on the Oak Forest 41.
9 minutes and 12 seconds.
Handoff once again to Golden, and he gets stopped. Maybe gains a foot. It's actually stopped a yard deep and fought his way back forward to make a very slight gain. 3rd and a long 4, or a short 4 rather. Amelia into the huddle. Oak Forest blitzes a lot. They bring the linebackers. They show a 4-man front, but here they come.
They fill the gap at linebackers
got
all the time.
2 of them blitzing. Rock's trying to go wide. It's Ernie B trying to get outside. He's got a gain near the 1st down. I think he may be a little short. Depends where he stepped out of bounds. It's hard to tell where they're marking it. Well, this official on this side now backed up.
Yeah, he didn't make it.
So from that mark, it's going to be 4th down and a couple of yards. The ball now on the Oak Forest 39. So here we go again, guys. 4th down. Rocks are going to go for it. This would be the 3rd consecutive time they've tried it. Handoff to Clay. He dives up over the middle. I think he's got it. Depends on the mark.
They should give us progress, in which I don't think they did.
No, they backed it up. He's very close.
I think he's there.
1st down. They're signaling it now. So the Rocks convert that time. It's going to be 1st and 10. They have the ball on the Oak Forest 37. We're at 8:16 and counting in the final period of play in regular season action for the Rocks.
Well, they do. They got a party tomorrow night, don't they? Wait and see what happens.
Right.
The team.
Right. There'll be teams that play tomorrow, so nothing's decided till tomorrow. Rocks, Stanley Golden picks up about 3. Again, good downfield blocking by the interior Rock Island line.
How many yards has Stanley got, Jim?
He's got 45 yards now.
And what?
9 carries.
Yeah, he's running real well.
Well, that's probably the backfield you're going to see next year is Golden, Alonzo Wise, and Ernest B., along with Jimmy O'Melia. Timeout, Oak Forest. Heard the referee yell it from clear up here. When a loved one needs more care than you can provide, there is an alternative to hospitalization. Comfort Harbor Home in Milan provides expert, licensed home care services to assist your loved ones in the comfort and security of their own home. The friendly staff from Comfort Harbor Home provides professional care with a big helping of love and understanding. Make the transition for your loved ones a positive experience. Call the friendly folks at Comfort Harbor Home, 787-2066.
Looks like Oak Forest has put in a bunch of defensive substitutes. There's a lot of clean shirts going in the game and a lot of dirty ones coming out. So
Yeah. I think they've
Well, it shows you got to coach with some class and some smarts. This game's out of reach. They're down 34-8.
Give some underclassmen a chance, or some seniors. That
Right. Well, the other thing is you don't necessarily want your seniors beat into the ground, you know, to end up the game with their face in the mud. Let them stand on the sidelines a little bit and cheer on the younger kids, and the younger kids get some experience. They're bringing them all out, it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like it's an all-new defensive unit going in.
And I wouldn't be surprised before very long you'll see Coach Bobbitt do the very same thing.
Here comes number 30 in for Rock Island now.
Yeah, and Alonzo Wise goes out. Justin Luton comes in.
Number 8's in for Omea.
Motts is in. Isn't that Motts?
Yep, Tony Montz, backup quarterback. He's a 5'9" sophomore, so sophomore replaces a sophomore. And there's a lot of new numbers. We'll try to get them for you. Jim, I'll try to pick up numbers. Maybe you can pick up names.
Okay.
82.
Let's see. 82 is the wide receiver on the left.
This is Jason Mosley.
70's the tackle. Second man's got the ball. No, good faking in there. Excellent faking. 42's in the backfield.
42 would be Adam Robbins.
And let's see. We got 30. We mentioned him. 53's in the line. 67 in the line. He's going out. 51 coming in.
Ben Swim is 53. Brett Griffith is 51.
Let's see. 62's out there.
It's John Brandemeyer. He's still in the game.
Got a few of the starters still in there. First man through. Got a first down. Chris Baker carried the ball there.
Okay, yeah.
He gained about 5 or 6. Gets a first down for the Rocks. And some of the substitutes for Oak Forest getting a little cheer and encouragement. Or fans are happy to see them in there.
This 42 for Rock Island, what's he list out for weight?
That's Adam Robbins, 130, 5'3", 130. Luton carried the ball that time. Going to be I was going to say a short gain. We'll see if the chain gang moves down the field any. Byron Rossi into the game for the Rocks, number 74. That's Brian Rossi. And ooh boy. I don't know if Montz was trying to fake a handoff or what, but Montz was wrapped up himself.
He
taken down.
Pulled it out from the first man through, and 2 linebackers shot the gap right on through.
Boy. I suppose Tony said, Coach, let's not run that play again just yet. Let's wait a little while before we try that one.
75 just came in too.
Okay, that's Justin Donnelly, a 6'2", 225 sophomore. Got some big sophomores coming up next year, guys. Right up the gut, first man with the ball, and he's got a nice gain.
Is that Baker again?
Well, we'll try to see here.
Handled by Bobby Shaw and Jason
Swatsky and Shaw on the tackle. Couldn't tell who carried the ball. I think it was Robbins.
It was the fullback.
Well, then it wouldn't have been Robbins.
Baker?
Baker, yeah.
Yep. Montz brings him up. Wishbone set for the Rocks. Second. No, he kept it. Montz kept it himself. A great fake. He's going to take it down. Touchdown.
All right.
Head first dive. A very nice fake down there by the sophomore backup quarterback. And the backs carried out their fakes beautifully. And it completely fooled Oak Forest. He was off and running before they realized where the ball was. So the Rocks jump up to, what do we got now, Jim?
What do we got now? We got 40 to 8.
Yeah, can't see around the corner.
Going for 2?
Well, they may, because we've not had much luck kicking out of this mud. There's a big fellow running in there, 78 for Oak Forest. In the wishbone for the Rocks. And it's going to come wide to Robbins, and he's taken down. But a nice attempt. Adam Robbins, 5'3", 130 pounds, couldn't get around the corner. But a good, hard, the old high school try, and the Rocks with 40. If you need an electrician, call Ed Westemeyer at Westemeyer Electric. That number is 762-0358. Westemeyer Electric specializes in upgrading, remodeling, and repairing residential electrical service. Ed Westemeyer will be happy to discuss your needs and provide an estimate to get your project done right. Fully licensed and ready to handle your job, call Westemeyer Electric at 762-0358. Yeah, well, we got a minute. We'll get a word in for Charlie's Place after the game or any time. If you're looking for really fine food and drink, join the fun at Charlie's Place in Rock Island. Got a taste for Italian? You'll love Charlie's Pizza, spaghetti, and lasagna. Plus chicken, prime rib, succulent catfish, and a full selection of sandwiches. Dine in or pick up. It's Charlie's Place in Rock Island for the best taste in food. That's Charlie's Place, 30th Street at 14th Avenue. Call ahead, 786-0911. Well, guys, be thinking about that Charlie's Player of the Game. We're down to 4.5 minutes left. The Rocks with a nice, comfortable lead, 40-8 over the Oak Forest Bengals. Sybe teeing the ball up, and the whistle. Here's the kickoff. This time he kicks it away, taken down there at the 15, and didn't go too awful far. That is Lilly carrying the ball.
It was Sybe on the tackle.
Tom Lilly, a 5'8", 155-pound back, and Adam Sybe brings him down at the 30. 1st and 10, Oak Forest. We'll get the new players if we can for Oak Forest. Number 5, the quarterback, is Kevin Randolph. And we'll see, same kind of set. See if Randolph is a passing specialist here.
Is he a junior?
I don't know right now. I'll look for you.
Left-handed.
Straight back, left-handed, throws over the middle. I wonder if he's the sophomore quarterback.
I do too.
Because they had a left-handed quarterback. Let's see, Kevin Randolph. No, shows him a junior. 6 foot, 160-pound quarterback on offense, defensive back on defense. He's a junior.
I think this is the kid that started for him the second game of the year, and they won their second and third game, and he got injured. Got in a little bit last week, and his dad said he didn't know if they were going to play him or not tonight.
Do we have an interference call,
Yeah,
guys?
we had a call on Justin Carter, 44.
Pass interference on the Rocks, so that'll be a first down for Oak Forest. The ball will come out now to their own 45. Philip Schlifke in there for the Rocks. He's our German exchange student that had never seen a football until he got to the United States this year. Never played before. Thought it looked like fun, and Coach Baba said he's one heck of a young man. Gain of about 3. The running back,
Number 32.
32, is
Lang.
Yeah, Dan Lang. So they've still got their first string fullback in there.
Tackle is by number 40 again.
Yeah, he's had a number.
So the
Steve
Shields.
So the fans that held up the sign put 40 in are getting their wish, and he's had a couple of tackles we've seen.
Yep, he's responding.
What do we got? Timeout, Oak Forest, or equipment problem? Equipment problem. Yeah, he must have tried to bark out a signal and barked out his mouthpiece instead. Okay, wide receivers to the right. 2 wide receivers to the right. Single back in the backfield. Straight back drop. Left-handed goes long. It's deep and just overthrown the target. Number 84 down there. The target was Seth Not Beth. Seth Snyder.
I was going to say, we got us a scoop.
6'1", 160-pound junior. Sorry about that, Seth. Was it Richmond on the defense? Is that what I heard Lefty say across the way?
Well, I don't.
I'm trying to see.
They got a number 12 in there. It's Zach Leckbar, yes. Number 12.
Leckbar. Okay, Leckbar. Zach.
Yeah, he's in the game. Justin Carter.
5'9", 145 pounds.
Justin Carter's in the game.
So Coach Boblet and Coach Johnston, Gene Johnston from Oak Forest, getting all their players in today. Long call, handoff up the middle to the fullback, and he goes nowhere. It's interesting that with all these substitutes, he's still got Lang out there, who is his starting fullback.
He was tackled by Pennell and number 74, who is Brian Rossi.
And we've got a flag on the play, too. Unsportsmanlike conduct once again against Oak Forest. That's the second time they've had that called against them today. No complaint at all from the coach. And the walk-off, 250 and counting. Rocks on top, 40-8.
Number 58, Chris Franks, just came into the game.
58 for Oak Forest came out of the game, and I believe he was the person that had the personal foul. Coach did talk to him when he came out.
We've got the, looks like 57 in the game, who's Phil Rockwell, so we've got the sophomore linebackers in there.
Yeah,
like.
Franks, and is Franks in there too?
Yes, Franks and Rockwell both.
You notice the sophomores don't have the RIs on their helmets, and all the way across the linebackers core, there's no RIs. Left-footed kicker gets it into the air. It's banged down there by an Oak Forest player.
32.
Yeah, it's going to come back out to about the 41-yard line for the Rocks, because Oak Forest touched it prior to a Rocky player having an opportunity. For professional chiropractic services, see Dr. Clay Tuttle at Southtown Chiropractic Associates, 3913 15th Street near South Park Mall in Moline. Dr. Tuttle specializes in relieving lower back discomfort and rehabilitating sports injuries. You don't have to live with pain. Call Dr. Clay Tuttle for professional chiropractic care at Southtown Chiropractic Associates at number 797-3795. You'll be feeling better fast. Call Dr. Clay Tuttle, 797-3795. Well, Montz brings him up. And some good faking again. Baker with the ball, runs it out over the 45. It's going to be a gain of about 5 or 6. Call it 2nd and 4.
Well, gentlemen, we're going to have to make a decision here.
Well, everybody start casting your votes. We can even see if our cameraman, Mr. Myers over there, has a vote to put in on this.
I thought Golden did a very nice job tonight.
Well, a number of guys. Dante Clay, Dante Clay, 100 and some yards, 170, I think you said a while ago.
Yeah, he's at 172.
Nice run there by the Rocks. Chris Baker.
Offensive line
was superb tonight. Defense was just an iron wall most of the night. They completed a couple of passes for big gains early, but the Rocks have shut that down.
Adam Sybe's had a lot of tackles. He's had 2 sacks and a fumble recovery, so the defensive side's played well with an 8-point game.
Yeah, that's true.
Ball's loose.
Ball's on the ground. Oak Forest has it. Fumble out there by 30. Got it knocked loose. That's Justin Luton. Knocked loose. Oak Forest takes over. There's 58 seconds left in the game, and guys, the vote's in. Well, let me get back to exactly what's the right thing to say. It's time to recognize the Charlie's Place player of the game. Tonight's player of the game, Adam Sybe, a senior playing his final regular season game here at Rock Island High School. Was a very intimidating defensive end as a junior. They moved him into linebacking this year, and he's done a great job tonight. Had an outstanding game. As you mentioned earlier, Jim, in on just a whole bunch of tackles, recovered a fumble, was chasing down the quarterback several times for sacks. Just an outstanding game for Adam Sybe. So, Mr. Sybe, let's see. Looking down the sheet to pick up the number.
15.
Number 15, Adam Sybe. The 6 foot, 193-pound senior, our Charlie's Place player of the game. The Rocks win the game 40-8. The cannon fires for the last time in regular season. Now the Rocks have to just wait it out, see what happens, whether or not the IHSA gives them a call tomorrow and invites them to the big dance in the state playoffs. Adam Sybe will receive a complimentary large pizza at the Rocks' favorite place for food and fun, Charlie's Place, 14th Avenue at 30th Street in Rock Island. Congratulations, Adam Sybe, tonight's Charlie's Place player of the game. Well, while Jim Tobin is quickly totaling up the final statistics, we'll give you one final word. When you need vision care, visit the Rock Island Optometric Center located at 2501 24th Street in Rock Island. They're specialists in family vision care. You'll love their complete selection of fashion eyewear, contact lenses, and prescription sunglasses. For professional eye care, see Dr. Jim Nordquist, Dr. Tim Arbit, or Dr. Chris Lear at the Rock Island Optometric Center, 2501 24th Street in Rock Island. Well, as we said, the Rocks had to come in here and take care of business. They had to get this win to have any opportunity to get in the playoffs. You must have at least a 6-3 record. The Rocks, with this big 40-8 win tonight over Oak Forest, accomplished that. They end the season, the regular season, at 6-3. They can be very proud of the year they had. They knocked off a very tough Moline team in really great fashion. Had some superb games, had a couple letdowns along the way. Probably shouldn't have lost early in the year to Peoria Central. Some of the people that watched the replays thought maybe they didn't lose other than the score. But there was some controversy in that game at some crucial points, and that's going to happen in football. You can't cry over stuff like that, but that's a game they wish they hadn't have dropped. Of course, against Alleman, they didn't play it all the way they had hoped to. They may get a chance to redeem themselves with a repeat performance in the playoffs. If the Rocks do get in, they could meet Alleman in the second round. And, of course, they had that kind of a humiliating loss against United Township towards the end of the year, where the Rocks maybe had a little letdown after the big win over Moline and just came in and got blown away by UT. And that's a team, I think, play them 10 times, we'll beat them 9 out of 10, but that night we sure couldn't even come close to them. So the Rocks have got their work done and in the can, so to speak, and now they wait. If they have enough points, they're in. Okay. Jim, how about those stats?
Here we go on the Rock Island stats tonight. Dante Clay rushed 16 times for 172 yards. Alonzo Wise rushed twice for no yards. Ernie B. carried the ball 14 times for 88 yards. Jarvis Holliday had 4 carries for 11 yards. Stanley Golden carried the ball 9 times for 45 yards. Jimmy O'Melia carried the ball 8 times for 8 yards. That's deducting a bunch of sacks he had. Luton carried the ball twice for 1 yard. Robbins carried it once for no yards. Baker carried the ball 4 times for 36 yards, and Mons carried it twice for 16 yards, for a total of 60 rushes for 394 yards. O'Melia was 2 of 3 for 23 yards in passing. On the other side of the ledger for Oak Forest, I almost feel like I must have missed half of the plays, because looking down at this, they had a total of 15 yards on 16 rushes. They threw the ball, 14 times, completed 6, had 2 interceptions with 62 yards of passing for a total offensive night of 77 yards. So it's no wonder the scoreboard says Rock Island 40, Oak Forest 8.
Just an outstanding performance for the Rocks. I'm sure Coach Boblett's got to be very happy. He wanted them to have this kind of a game because if they do get the call and they are in the playoffs, it is very likely they will be playing the #1 ranked team in the state, and he wanted to go in that on a high note, having played well. Tonight, the defense seemed to come together, which they've struggled some this year. They've given up more points than they want to, more yards than they want to. The offense has been potent all year, and it's still there and in great form.
It looked to me like the defensive backs were a lot more aggressive going to the ball tonight, where they've been laying back.
It's showtime here at John O'Donnell Stadium. We're bringing you 13, 14-year-old baseball. It'll be the Quad City Mavericks hosting the Niles Renegades. Niles is right up there by Chicago, just north of O'Hare Airport. And we bring you baseball being broadcast here at John O'Donnell Stadium. It's a muggy, hot afternoon. It's about 90 degrees. Humidity somewhere in the 70 to 80 range. The team in the white, that's the Mavericks, and the Niles Renegades in the black and gray. Pitching for the Mavericks, that's Zach Klepsch. And the first batter up for the Renegades is Matt Brandt, the center fielder. We're going to have to rely on our own ball counting, so there's nobody doing the scoreboard. So hopefully the umpire will be accommodating us. 1-1 the count, I do believe. The wind's blowing from first to third here at beautiful John O'Donnell Stadium. The Quad City River Bandits are out of town, so
Ernie back in
the on-deck circles, Joe Jung, the third baseman, and Joe Landini, the shortstops in the hole. Next pitch by Klepsch.